As my consciousness awakens, I see myself sitting next to my friend Wolfgang in the thick fog of the steam sauna. He tells me about his accident. An SUV at a junction hit him and his car from the side. The driver had overlooked a red light. Wolfgang's face lights up as he tells me about his hip fracture and the last 2 months of rehab. What a fortune that the accident happened to me in the city. I did some research and did the math. At 50 kilometers per hour, the SUV would have crushed me in my car. Fortunately, the driver was a pensioner who was already unsure of himself when driving. That's why he only drove 45 kilometers per hour in the city. A very nice gentleman. He was very sorry. "You're just a lucky man. You couldn't have broken your hip any better," I hear myself say, and Wolfgang and I burst out laughing. I watch and learn. Wolfgang explains every detail of the accident to me, and what would have happened if something had been different. In a nutshell, what the chances of survival are at what speed, at what angle, and with which car. I enjoy his soft, raspy bass voice and find peace in this memory. Then I hear Wolfgang say, "Fortunately, the accident didn't happen on the highway. Even if I had survived the first collision, I would have been crushed in a pile-up. This statement destroys my sphere of well-being. I remember that I am in acute mortal danger on the highway. My memory dissolves. A stream of golden images resounds in all spectral colors, engulfing and flooding me. I am in a synesthetic network of tunnels that arch up into a multi-dimensional space. A place has opened up, similar to long-forgotten dreams from my childhood. When life was hard during the day, I flew to the river of light at the center of the universe at night to dissolve into its security, to reappear in the world of almost unlimited possibilities of dreaming. But this time, it felt more than real, like I was at the center of a golden sun, a living hyper-reality. Never in my life have I felt more whole and alive. Everything is and is not the fulcrum of reality, the space of possibility. My vision disappears. I wake up in the next memory. I see myself in the migration house, head first, doing a flying roll across the floor and getting up again with a smooth roll across my shoulder blade. At the end of my working day, I had given Mohammed, a young man from Syria, private lessons in rolling. If the speed and angle are right, you can use the resistance of the ground to redirect the force of the impact. Then the resistance becomes a tool for your movement, just like an object becomes useful because it opposes your actions, I explain, and Mohammed looks at me questioningly. Think about throwing stones. If you throw a stone at the right angle and with momentum against the water's surface, it won't sink immediately but can bounce several times over the water. The force of the impact is spread over several jumps, I hear myself say as I see myself as a child throwing stones across the Danube. As the memory fades with the sinking of the stone, I'm back behind the wheel of my car, just in time to put my plan into action. I turn the steering wheel, the rear swerves, causing me to crash headfirst into the concrete barrier instead of head-on. Like a bomb, it tears the outer part of the tire apart, and the rest, together with the broken axle, is pushed deep into my car's engine like a diving stick. I lose consciousness in the process. Thrown into the air by the impact, the car flies over the concrete barrier in a spiraled roll. Shortly before the impact, I regain consciousness. Up is down. I see the ground hurtling towards me. Everything inside me screams, "No!" Sparks fly. The top of my car hits the road first, and thanks to the thick layer of ice and snow, shoots across the second remaining lane in a crumpled heap before coming to a halt, lying on its roof on the opposite hard shoulder at the end of the bend. I don't notice any of this because my perception ends on impact. Dark light. In my unconsciousness, I experience the connection with all life on Earth. In my consciousness, I see countless communicating crystals that glow and flash in different colors. Infinitely small golden stars sparkle everywhere. Light and dark, inside and outside, merge together. I feel lost, then united with the sphere of life, and I feel myself fighting for my rebirth and against my extinction.